My name is Robert Harrison. I'm 71 years old. I was a cardiac surgeon for 43 years. I saved over 10,000 lives. The pioneer in heart transplant procedures, published in every major medical journal, taught at Johns Hopkins. Awards, recognition, respect. But I'm going to tell you something nobody talks about at medical conferences. My wife left me after 38 years of marriage. My two sons barely speak to me. And last Christmas, I ate dinner alone in a restaurant because I wasn't invited to family gatherings. I see young doctors now, residents, fellows, that same fire in their eyes I had, convinced they're saving the world. And I want to tell them, you can save every patient on your table and still lose everyone who actually loves you. This isn't about medicine. It's about what happens when you mistake your calling for your life. And if you're in any profession where you think you're doing something important, you need to hear this. I met Jennifer in 1976. I was a third-year medical student. She was a nurse in the ER where I did my rotation. Smart, beautiful, patient. She understood the demands of medicine, or so I thought. We got married in 1978. I was 23. Just starting my surgical residency. The first year of marriage, I worked 100-hour weeks. She packed me dinner. I'd eat it cold at 3 in the morning between surgeries. She never complained. She'd say, I knew what I was signing up for. Our first son, Daniel, was born in 1982. I was in my 4th year of residency. I missed the birth. I was in hour 16 of a complex cardiac surgery. By the time I got to the hospital, Daniel was 8 hours old. Jennifer was exhausted, alone. Her mother was there, her sister, but not me. I held my son, looked at his tiny face, made him the same promise every father makes. I'm going to give you the best life possible. And I meant it, every word. I just didn't understand what that actually meant. By 1985, I'd finished my fellowship, got a position at a major hospital, cardiac surgery, the most demanding specialty in medicine. Our second son, Marcus, was born in 1987. This time I was there for the birth. I'd scheduled my surgeries around Jennifer's due date. I was there for 45 minutes. Then I got paged. Emergency case, aortic dissection. Patient would die without immediate surgery. I kissed Jennifer's forehead, looked at my new son, said, I have to go. Someone needs me. She said, we need you too. I said, I know, but they'll die without me. You'll be fine. That became my mantra. They'll die without me. You'll be fine. I was saving lives. How could that be wrong? Daniel's first day of school. I was in surgery. Marcus's first steps. I was at a conference. School plays, soccer games, parent-teacher meetings, birthday parties. Jennifer went to all of them, alone or with her mother, taking pictures to show me later. I'd look at the photos, say, I'm so sorry, next time I promise. But there was always another surgery, another emergency, another patient who needed me more than my kids did. Because my kids were healthy. They were fine. They had their mother. The patients on my table were dying. Without me, they had no chance. That's how I justified it. That's the lie I told myself for 20 years. In 1995, I performed one of the first successful heart-lung transplants in the region. Made national news. I was 40 years old. Suddenly, I wasn't just a surgeon. I was the surgeon, the guy you called for impossible cases. My practice exploded. Patients flying in from other states, other countries. I was doing 4, sometimes 5 surgeries a day, teaching, research, speaking engagements. Daniel was 13. Marcus was 11. Critical years when boys need their fathers. I'd come home at 11 p.m. They'd be asleep. I'd leave at 5 a.m. They'd still be sleeping. Jennifer stopped trying to schedule family dinners. What's the point when one chair is always empty? Daniel was 15 when he got arrested, shoplifting. The police called Jennifer, not me. They didn't even have my number. Jennifer called me. I was in surgery. Didn't see the message for 6 hours. By the time I got to the police station, it was over. Jennifer had handled it alone again. I tried to talk to Daniel. What were you thinking? Why would you do this? He looked at me like I was a stranger, said, "Why do you care? You're never around anyway." I'm working. I'm providing for this family. No, you're hiding. It's easier to fix strangers than deal with us. That hit me, but not hard enough. I told myself he was just an angry teenager. He'd understand when he was older. He didn't. In 2008, I was named Chief of Cardiac Surgery, peak of my career. Everything I'd worked for. The night I got the appointment, I came home excited to tell Jennifer. She was in the bedroom, packing. "What are you doing?" "I'm visiting my sister in Portland for a week." "Now, but I just got this huge promotion. I thought we could celebrate." She stopped packing, looked at me, really looked at me, and said, "Robert, I don't even know who you are anymore. We've been married for 30 years. You're a stranger who sleeps in my house. That's not fair. I'm building our future." "Our future? The boys are leaving for college. Daniel won't even consider staying in state because he wants to get away from this house. This isn't a future. It's a waiting room where I've been sitting alone for 30 years. I save lives, Jennifer. Every day, people are alive because of me. And I'm dying because of you." She left for a week. I thought she was being dramatic. She came back, but something had changed. She was there, but not really there. Marcus got into Stanford, full ride, pre-med. I was ecstatic. My son following in my footsteps, he turned it down. Chose a small liberal arts college in Vermont, political science. I called him. "Marcus, what are you doing? Stanford is your dream." "No, Dad, it was your dream." "I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to be you." "What's that supposed to mean?" "It means I watched you choose strangers over us for 18 years. I watched Mom eat dinner alone every night. I watched Daniel beg you to come to his baseball games, and you'd show up to 1 game a season if we were lucky. I was providing for you, giving you opportunities. You gave us money. You never gave us you." He went to Vermont. We barely talked after that. In 2014, Jennifer asked for a divorce. We were both 60, married for 38 years. I begged her to reconsider, promised I'd cut back. Spend more time at home, she said. Robert, you've been promising that for 38 years. I don't believe you anymore. More importantly, I don't want it anymore. I'm 60 years old. I don't want to spend whatever time I have left waiting for you to show up. What about everything we built together? We didn't build anything together. You built a career. I raised 2 sons alone. Those are 2 separate things that happen to occur in the same house. The divorce was finalized in 2016. She got the house. I got my career. Fair trade, right? Except she got her life back, and I realized I never had one. I retired last year. 70 years old. 4 decades of surgery. It was time. My last surgery, the hospital threw me a party. Hundreds of people, former patients, colleagues, students. They gave speeches about lives I'd saved, careers I'd mentored, legacy I'd left. My sons weren't there. Jennifer wasn't there. After the party, I went home to an empty apartment, sat there in the silence. And for the first time in 40 years, I had nothing to do, no surgeries to prepare for, no journals to read, no emergencies to rush to, just silence. And the realization that I'd spent 40 years running away from the only thing that actually mattered. Jennifer remarried 2 years ago. A guy named Tom. High school teacher, nothing special. Except he's there, he shows up, he listens. He cares. I saw them once at a restaurant. She was laughing, really laughing. I hadn't seen her laugh like that in decades, because I never made her laugh. I was always too tired, too stressed, too focused on the next surgery. Daniel has 2 daughters now, 5 and 7, beautiful kids. I've met them 3 times. They don't know me. To them, I'm just some old man who shows up occasionally with expensive gifts and no stories. Because I have no stories, not with them, not with their father. I have stories about hearts I've repaired, lives I've saved, procedures I've perfected. But I don't have stories about bedtime rituals, or teaching my son to ride a bike, or helping with homework, or being there. Here's what they don't teach you in medical school. You can save 1,000 lives and still lose your own. You can be the best in your field and the worst at what matters. You can dedicate your life to healing and break the hearts of everyone who loves you. I told myself I was saving lives, that it was noble, necessary, important. And it was. Every one of those patients mattered. Every life I saved was precious. But my wife's life mattered too. And I slowly killed our marriage, one missed dinner at a time. My sons' childhoods mattered, and I missed them, not because I had to, but because I chose to. If you're watching this and you're in a demanding career, doctor, lawyer, executive, entrepreneur, and you tell yourself you're doing it for your family, stop. You're lying to them and to yourself. You're doing it because you're good at it, because it makes you feel important, because it's easier to be excellent at work than present at home. I know. Because that was me. Ask yourself this: when you're 70 years old and you can't do the job anymore, Who's going to be there? Your patients? No, they'll have moved on, found other doctors. Your colleagues? No, they'll have retired, or died, or forgotten you. Your wards? No, they'll sit in a box in storage. Dust collectors. The only people who'll be there are the ones you showed up for while you still could. And if you never showed up, they won't be there either. I'm 71. I live alone. I have dinner alone. I watch TV alone. I have a wall of awards, boxes of thank you letters from patients, a career anyone would envy. But last Thanksgiving I ate at Denny's because my sons were at their mother's house with her new husband, and I wasn't invited. That's the price. That's what it costs to be great at my job and terrible at being present. You don't have to quit your job. I'm not saying that. I'm saying leave the hospital at 6, take the weekend off, say no to the conference. Miss the surgery if your kid's graduation is the same day. The hospital will survive without you. Trust me, they always do. But your family won't. Not really. They'll survive, but you won't be in their lives. You'll be a ghost. A stranger who pays the bills. I saved 10,000 lives, but I couldn't save my own marriage. I couldn't save my relationship with my sons. I couldn't save what actually mattered. Don't make my mistake. Don't trade the people who love you for the people who need you, because need is temporary. Love is supposed to be forever, but only if you show up.